Hello, everyone. Long time no stream. Well, at least long time no stream Goal Line Blitz 2. I can't promise that I'll be back on a regular basis. Life is still pretty busy, but uh, I'm home today on Thanksgiving break here in the United States. I have been streaming a little bit of a little bit of Marvel Snap, and a little bit of Madden. Actually, my Madden is because I'm in a league, so it's the only reason why I have to stream that. So, um, but I had some time on my hands and a good matchup here today against with the program versus GE's LSU team. I figured I would hop on and do a stream. So who knows? Maybe we'll have some. I am in the GLB2 Academy Discord. So hopefully people will hop on and we'll be able to hear them. You know what I might end up doing actually, just to make sure if and when people hop on, so we can hear them hopefully. Let's make one more change. The game's supposed to kick off in about 4 minutes, so I'm just kind of preparing right now. Let's see here. Let's just quickly do that as well. So hopefully, if people hop on and join us, we'll be able to hear them. All right, let me see here. Let me send out a message to my peeps. Let's see here. To Adderfist. Come on. I want to hit up Alex. My normal crew. Raid. And hopefully I can find Dr. Edgar. There he is. All right. So while I wait for the game to start, and we're gonna wait for the game to start, maybe have some guests pop in. Let's look here. Right, LSU is 7-2. Right, currently hold the wild card position with a 1-game lead over the Grape Apes and a 2-game lead over the program. So, Grape Apes and program would really like to see the program win this one. Who does Grape Apes play today? Grape Apes plays Plainville. So yeah, that should be a win for Grape Apes. Really, right now the program needs to win this game to try to stay 1 game behind the Grape Apes, and they would be doing Grape Apes a favor probably. So let's look at this Cybertron/GE's LSU Tigers team, right? Two superstars on the offense, right? Two of the most important superstars, right? Halfback and tight end, right? All the other ones are kind of a luxury. And he has 4 superstars on defense, right? 1 linebacker, appropriately named Devin White, 2 corners, and a free safety. So very selective and smart with his 6 superstars. And for the program, right, we have 4 superstars, right? So we have a tight end, a wide receiver. Hello.
Howdy.
Hey. I'm not looking at Discord, and I'm not good at recognizing voices, so you got to introduce yourself.
Adderfist.
Adderfist. Hello, good buddy. Hopefully, I know it's last minute. Hopefully, some of the other guys. I sent out messages to you, Alex, Raid, and Dr. Edgar because that's like the team, So haven't done this the stream team. Haven't done this in a while. I'm home right now today, anyways, for Thanksgiving break. So I had some time on my hands and a really good game here. LSU versus the program. So I figured. Oh, also the wife and child are not in the house, so just me and the dog. So I was like, I am going to hop on and do a GLB2 stream, and hopefully if I reach out and call them, they will come. So how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. I'm the only person working on her company's holiday, so it makes support easy.
There you go. Keeps the place to yourself, right?
Yep.
All right, so here we go. I'm going to kick this off. Hopefully this trick works. I can see that the stream is going on in my. I'm like following it on my phone. I'm not following it on the Discord. Are you able to? I thought I was. No, I'm not sharing the screen yet in Discord. I got to go back.
Nope, not in Discord. I can see it on the stream, but it looked very jerky from that first play.
Yeah. It's let me go into the stream here, and I thought it worked better when I shared for you guys. I thought it was better when I shared it on. I don't know about these settings. You'll have to let me know. You have to give me some feedback. All right, it might be better for you if you watch it on the Discord. Because that way it'll be like I think if it's on Discord, it'll be in real time, versus the delay from the stream. So, all right, and I don't know, I'm using my home computer versus my school computer, and the home computer I'm using the Twitch Studio, and on the school computer I have OBS. When I used to do it, I used to stream on the school computer with OBS, and that worked better. Lately, when I've been trying to do my actually, my Marvel Snap streams come out fine on Twitch Studio. My Madden streams come out fine on Twitch Studio, but I tried making a video the other day for Adam King, trying to show him how to scout and game plan, and put together game playbooks and tactics, right, for his upcoming games, right? I spent like an hour and a half with that whole process on offense and defense, right? And only 30 minutes of it recorded.
That sucks. That's a lot of work.
Yep. And he never checked in, and never replied anyway. So sometimes I wonder why. But here we go. So it looks like I think LSU starts with the ball here. This should be a good game. I was saying earlier that. Right now, LSU has a 1-game lead on the wild card over Grape Apes, and a 2-game lead over the program. And it looks like Grape Apes are playing Plainville today, which Plainville has upset potential in years past. I don't think so this year. So I'm thinking that program needs to win this game to stay 1 game behind. 1 game behind Grape Apes, and they'll be doing Grape Apes a favor, pulling them closer to LSU if we can pull this off. Have you been able to watch any of the program games this season since we procured Corey Ross? So now we have...
I've watched a couple of them. It's pretty scary.
Corey Ross and Darnell in the backfield to go with Julian Edelman and Gronkowski.
So not knowing any of the tactics for this game so far and just starting it, I think the program wins by more than 10.
I hope
I think 10.5 is fair against LSU because I think it'll be a low-scoring game with the Tigers with like 9 points.
All right. Jot that down. We can check it at the end because I turned my camera off. I should have kept it on. But I was covering up like the part that everybody likes to see, like the play calling. Although I guess we could move it over to the left corner, maybe.
Yeah, you can decide the far left or the far right and just make the camera smaller.
Yeah, you don't need to see my ugly mug anyways, but I'm drinking an old-fashioned, Maker's Mark old-fashioned as I watch this game.
Nice. I can't do that for another hour and a half, so.
Well, let's see. I will give
That's probably what you got to be careful of from LSU. Those off-target passes that go for huge yardage.
Yeah. GE has improved greatly. In scouting him, his offense is pretty much 50-50. He likes to, which is,
leads to a lot of big plays, but he's very boomer bust on offense.
Yeah, I was looking at the rosters. He only has 2 superstars on offense. The halfback and the tight end. So probably the 2 most important on offense. He has 4 superstars on defense. If he networked, and had other people actually play for him, he could have more than he could have. I think G would be scary with a full complement of superstars. He's come so.
I think at minimum you need 2 stars on offense, and you really want 4.
Phew, knocked loose. I thought he caught that. I was a little bit worried. In order to get Corey Ross on the roster this final season for the program, we ended up cutting a superstar defensive tackle and moving things around, and our chemistry is a little low in a couple spots. So we're not as strong on defense as we were in the past, but our offense is even more dynamic. I love it. It's been so much fun watching.
Yeah, I know when I scouted the program from Aztecs, I tried to attack the middle of the field, before I screwed the tactics up. But on the replay of it, it just didn't matter. It was just absolutely getting stomped on all the interior runs even.
Yeah, even though I got rid of one of my superstar defensive tackles, I had a defensive tackle, a run-stopping defensive tackle that I had built and fully boosted. He wasn't a superstar, but when he's playing next to a superstar, he'll do.
I think you're going to have a hard time running outside if that's your plan here. G is the only guy I know who's 75 run block isn't enough on the corners.
Yeah.
That's hyperbole a little bit, but not really.
Yeah, I tried. I looked at Spamalot's offensive plan and where they were successful, and Grape Apes' game plan and where they were successful. And it was a lot of inside and off tackle runs by both teams, and then some passing later on, trying to stay out of 3rd and long, which I did not do. Here, and obviously those teams are built differently than the program, But I think last season when I played against LSU, I tried to go more of a pass-heavy attack, and we didn't get it back. We made them fumble, but we didn't get it back. We didn't recover it. That would have been awesome.
That's a good start anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of those teams are run first with pretty much any of the interior running teams, Aztec or Grape Apes. The philosophy is basically run inside, and then do something.
Yep. Well, I think the program could pull that off as well. I mean, the big difference would be their lines, right? I think the program line is probably a little behind both of their lines, but I think that the running backs are equivalent. Maybe I'm a wee bit biased, but
well, I can see that. Here's 6 points for LSU.
Yep. All right. My offense needs to do something here.
Looking for wide receiver 3 to run some of those routes into the empty spaces.
Yeah. That's what I did for passes was basically most of the passes were when I pass are either targeting wide receiver 3 or Edelman at wide receiver 3 or Edelman at
the 10-yard negative spin.
Out of Edelman out of wide receiver 1, I think I went with in this game. I like switching it back and forth between like targeting wide receiver 1 on the deep routes and wide receiver 2 on the deep routes, trying to make it a little harder to scout me.
For sure.
All right, we need to stop here. I think I set my losing tactics right to 9 because I didn't want to make it so big that like it would just stay in that for the rest of the game, you know. But I wanted to, you know, if they got enough of a lead, I wanted to switch things up and try to get back into it before. So yeah, we need to stop here.
Yeah, I think you're really gonna have some issues here against LSU. Actually, after seeing the game plan, they're very weak to the pass, and they have a lot of points in stopping the run. So you're probably gonna get 1 or 2 big passes, and that'll set everything up for when you do have the good scoring drives.
Stop them. There we go. Okay.
Those are good to see.
Another field goal here, though. Is he gonna miss
There's
one?
9. I missed it, like you do.
We needed that. A little help from the RNG.
There's a good one. 4 yards. Run 10 yards for it, but it's still 4 yards.
All right, I'll take that.
3rd and 1. Going for the play action or dive? Dive is good.
And it might
not a first.
RNG,
You're between the 40s. Stop him right there at least. Make him drive the field a little more.
Yep. I'm hoping. Yeah, I didn't go with any play action. Like I said, the last season when I played against LSU, I went more pass heavy game, and we lost them. It was a close game, but we lost. And I have a lot of respect for GE. A lot of respect for GE, but I still hate losing to him.
I mean, I'd hope you'd hate to lose to anybody.
I don't like losing, but there are other coaches, and less so to GE now, you know, because he's improved and he's chilled out and he's mature and he is a good guy. You know, obviously, I don't like losing, but I can accept losing to Cavo, you and LX. You know, Dr. Edgar, you know, Raid, you know, just to name a few. Anybody that I left out, I apologize. I'm not trying to slay you.
It's just the people that he talks with the most about GLD, basically.
Yeah. You know, and I mean, I got to be honest, like some of the new players, right? Occasionally, right? I will lose to a new player. You know, this RNG doesn't work, or I put a bad game plan in, or A lot more lately. I've just been going with like old game plans and not like unless it's a big game. I've fallen into not game planning as much. So occasionally I will lose to someone that, and again, I'm not. This is going to sound totally conceited. It's not meant to be conceited, but with my experience, right?
I mean, it's kind of the way it's set up, though, right? You pick the best plays and you do what you have to, and it's what your team is built for. And you pretty much just let it ride until there's like a big game.
Yep.
That's pretty much just the way it is with all the coaches.
Well, I mean, eventually, right? I mean, this is program's last season, so then next season I'll have stream team and I'll be defensive coordinating. Man, GE's doing a nice job. Just little bit at a time. My passing defense, I'm going to have to sit down for a session with you and Alex and revisit my cornerback builds. Well, these aren't necessarily all my builds, but they're the builds that we came up with as a think tank. So that seems to be the biggest weakness on my teams right now. Although,
yeah, I think right now it's partially your play of what you're putting against this. If you want to hit refresh and look at the lineup against it.
Oh, go back, you said?
Yep, just refresh the play. If you refresh it and pause it right at the start of the next play.
Whoops. Right here? Oh.
It's the same play, it's against it, but just hit refresh to go to the very start.
Wait, you want to see this one? The halfback dive?
Yep. Turn off all the essays and everything.
All the what?
The essays, so you can see the players.
Where is that? Right there.
Yep, right there. The gear.
This deal, yeah.
Show sig. Alright, so you can just refresh and have it to the start again. You see how that lines up?
Yep.
That's way overloaded on the interior. Should probably be playing something on the inside or like safeties coming down. Like an edge thunder or something.
Oh,
or like a blitzing the corners because that'll pull blockers back to the corners sometimes.
I hadn't thought about that. I mean, my Cloud 2 Fairies versus let's see, this is Big Eye. Yeah, this must be the outside. The outside.
So he's basically going to have 3 people hitting the second level, 4 people on the second level. For every one of these run plays, he's going to get 5-6 yards.
Yeah.
So you hit play, go to like half tick, like see where they start connecting on the second level. So 1, 2, you have one on the outside, 3, and then the fullback is 4. So you have 4 people. They're all picked up. You can take one cut and take someone else out of the play. Look at how far everyone else is outside of the play. Like your extra
this is
people.
The previous one. We wanted to see the touchdown run, though.
It's the same plays.
Yep, it is.
It's off tackle and flat, but it's going to be even worse than the last one. Just look at the people getting to the second level.
Yep. Interesting.
4 people to the second level because one of them gets a pancake early.
Which made it pretty easy for his halfback.
You can turn sig abilities back on, but this is going to be a tough game. Your catch-up tactics are going to have to do some work.
Well, catch-up tactics are passing, so we'll see what happens. We'll see if that's.
Yeah, basically he's running the run game the same way that I like to. Get a bunch of people on the line, you find out where everybody's getting to the second level, and you run into those gaps.
Yeah, I've never see, I didn't play football in high school or college. Like my experience with football is watching football, Madden football, goal line blitz, and just kind of like thinking about it, and then also obviously talking to guys like you. So I don't have the pure like football knowledge of like all of these plays. I just have my years of experience, so I value input like that from you guys.
Yeah, this is strictly just what is the line going to do, where is it going to go, and how can you take advantage of it. Like a GLB side, it's not even necessarily a football philosophy. It's just like you go into numbers. It's why you blitz on the strong side when you're containing the run, for example.
Oof. I looked at like I wasn't gonna put these play actions in, but I looked again. I think it must have been it was Grapes that had some pretty good success with the play actions. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna put them in there and try. Not as a not as a high percentage, but they're not doing what I need them to do. I think once I get down to my hopes are, excuse me. Wow, nice run. My hopes are that once I get down to like one team, that I'll be able to really kind of focus on that. Not sure if when I get down to one team, like when I do my next rookie team, which won't be for a little while because I got to follow. I'm gonna just go with, like I said, DC for
stream team and
Dallas Cowboys. Yep, defensive coordinator for Dallas Cowboys. I'm enjoying that. Who knows? I might not have another one of my own teams. I might just look for collaborations. One or two collaborations. Like if I do, like I could get away with two time wise and energy wise, bandwidth wise. I could probably do two collaborations if I'm like OC for one collaboration and DC for the other collaboration. Or I'm just going to try to get down to like one team.
I think it makes more sense to try to do two teams or own one of the teams and OC or DC on it. Like, pick what you want to do, the way you want it set up, and if it doesn't necessarily match the offense and defense, you can adjust with somebody else.
Yeah, I'm enjoying my collaboration at the moment with Dallas Cowboy fan. I definitely like that. I guess maybe my dream would be like to do a collaboration, where I'm either an OC or a DC. I'm fine either way because I think I'm not like one of the best at both of them, at either of them I should say, but I think that I'm fairly solid at both OCing and DCing. So I would love to be able to do a collaboration with somebody where I was either OC or DC, and we had like a bunch of people pitch in like the program or like stream team. I don't if I can do that, I don't need to be head coach like in charge of everything, because I do like having. And then two, if we did that. Like, and I'm really doing one maybe two teams where I'm like OCDC, or OC or DC. Then I could do like forum write-ups or more streaming type thing, because I wouldn't be spending as much time like game planning. And I I have to admit, going back to part of the conversation you and I were having earlier, I do scout, game plan, and create like game specific playbooks and tactics for most of my games, unless I'm like too busy or extremely like stressed out, with life.
Mm-hmm.
I do all of that work a lot more than just coasting. I only coast when I'm either too busy or too stressed out. That's kind of why I was just in that bad spell when I was going to retire, between being busy and wow, I'm getting spanked this game. Props to GE. I knew what he was going to do. I feel like Dennis Green. They were who we thought they were.
Mm-hmm.
And I just couldn't. couldn't stop him. I threw my best game plan at him, and he is literally running roughshod over me.
Yeah, it seems like your wide receivers don't have the blocking to really support that outside running plan
Not against
that you had, so it's really blowing up your wide receivers and making your halfbacks that look like they're running on combo have issues.
Yeah, I think a fair way to. I think you're right on that, 100%. I think that, against everybody but the top teams, the program has been able to pretty much dominate, which kind of gives you that false sense of, success. But really, if you want to be a competitive team, if you want to play for championships, right? You got to plan to beat the best, because getting into the playoffs, big deal. But when you're playing against teams, that have a slight edge at you one way or another, if it's LSU on me today, or God forbid coming up against a Cavo team, and I think that I've tended to play like against Elix and you like around 50-50, So I love our games because I still feel like our games can go either way. I feel like when I play against Cavo, it's an auto L for me. I do try to beat him, because if and when that happens, it's a great pleasure for me. I love our games against you and against Alex, because they're just really good games. It's like, okay, I could win this or I could lose this. Ton of respect for you guys. I'm beginning to get a little bit worried, though, because GE is getting the best of me lately.
He's one of the teams that if you go in and you don't respect how much he goes over the top, it's going to be tough. I really think the best way to beat him is just streaks down the sideline, look for what zones he's playing, and try to pop him in the zones with high carry grip receivers, or high receiving grip receivers, rather.
Oh,
because he's a scary team. You can't run outside against him. You just can't.
I mean,
yeah.
We had the ball second half. Okay, yeah, it hurt us not getting 7 out of that final drive of the first half, though.
But this is basically what you need to be doing. He's running cover 2, cover 3.
Yeah, this is I'm behind. So it's kind of it's the offense that you suggested that I should have went with.
Not even get stopped here, probably, unless he takes an inside. No. That's a shock. He didn't get off the block there on the side. Might be coming back. Enough to turn it around anyway.
Yeah, we just got to get a stop. I'm not used to. I'm used to DE having good defenses. His knock loose and his. His defenses have been better than his offenses in the past, but he's got with this LSU team. He's got a good offense.
He's killing you on the inside because you're running zone too.
I'm only running zone against that formation though, I think.
Well, zone makes everybody step back at the start of the play.
Yeah. Oh, I know. That's what's killing me right there. His running back is killing me. I cannot take him down. Fournette has killed me this game when I'm on defense. I'm not
What's your tackling like? Is it pretty respectable?
I'd have to go and look.
Like 80 plus on the people that are getting to him?
I'd have to look and see. Like a lot of like I would know better if it was like if I created like all of these players, right? But like this was a team that we did, like a think tank, and we put on the builds and everything. From some pretty damn bright people. So I'm not blaming them.
Well, it's just kind of what it is. When we made Riff 1.0, we had all the builds made, and we actually went back to the drawing board for the vast majority of the defensive ones because it was brought up that none of our builds have enough tackling. This is like 75, 80 tackling on everybody's like, it's not enough, it needs to be more.
Yeah, I don't think that I have that much. I don't think I have that much tackling. Honestly, I don't think. And I know I don't because like I know that I'm happy like 75 to 80 tackle. And I like to go more power tackle, less tackle, and well, those are like with my builds. So yeah, you were right, man. Like we're just tearing them up with passes, but I thought for sure
he's giving up a lot of his physicals to stop the run.
I thought for sure when I scouted him and looked at because I did a pretty extensive scouting, not as much of him as I should have, I guess, as I did more of teams that had success against him in Grape Apes and that old fashioned is going to my head. Grape Apes. And who was the other team that I said I scouted that had beat him?
Cavo.
Spamalot, yeah. Yep. Knowing that my team was differently built than theirs, but also like thinking, okay, I've got two halfbacks that I think are on par with. They're different, but they're on par with Slombo and is it Omni King that is the Spamalot's halfback?
Spamalot is the beast. I'm pretty sure he's a massive speed back, which is probably why he did well against zone. Because the blocks that he's holding only have to hold for like 2 ticks as opposed to like 8.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is more on my defense than it is in my offense. I mean, granted, I haven't put up a ton of points, but I've let up more than I would like to have let up.
I think your formations are basically correct, and your plays are basically correct except for your goal line play. I think that's giving you a lot of problems because he's just getting 5 yards, 6 yards a clip every time you don't have a defensive tackler, like a defensive end or somebody grab him.
Oh, yeah. That's goal. Is this right here, goal line? Is that what I'm going to cover to?
Yep. Yeah.
Shoot. You know what? I'm trying to remember when I scouted him. I can't remember when I scouted him. I knew that he ran inside off of goal line, and I knew that I thought
he does pass out of it as well.
He went play action out of it, yeah. And I thought he went play action out of it more than he went inside. So that's why but why did I go? I don't know why I went with cover 2 against goal line though. The zone against goal line.
It might be to have the corners on the outside for outside runs or something.
Yeah, but it didn't go outside. It was either inside or it was like the play action to the tight end. So I don't know.
Idea.
I don't know why. Unless I messed up when I put something in, which it very well could have.
It happens. And believe me, I know it happens. Last game, I'm like, well, at least I know that the mistake I made didn't cost us a game. We still got killed.
Yeah.
This might be okay if you can hold the block. That's pretty good. Oh, I guess nice. Got it.
Go, Corey. I do have to say, I'm disappointed if I don't make the playoffs this final season of the program, but having Corey Ross on my team for the final year of the program has brought me a lot of joy. I absolutely love, and it's so funny because I'm so big on Corey Ross, and I've always worried about like I hope that I haven't like um insulted like Darnell because um maybe I motivated Darnell because he's had a better season than Corey even but having the two of them and being able to do either frequent substitution or aggressive substitution um and being able to just keep pounding the rock and then pass to Gronkowski or Edelman um, has definitely been fun.
I mean, the biggest thing that you got from bringing him on the team is actually probably your kick returns if you had one of them as a kick returner.
Oh yeah, I have Corey as yep, and he scored some. He has scored some. Oh, this is driving me flipping crazy, not being able to stop his running back. Especially like when I knew that he was going to be. I mean, he's one of the two superstars on the team, and I knew that it was like he was at least half of GE's offense, And I tried to, I unsuccessfully tried to like game plan to stop him, and this is what's killing me. Not as much what you're saying. I understand what you're saying about him getting to the second level, but like,
well, those second level plays are what like make this happen.
Breaking all those
because they're constantly
tackles.
Yeah, they get more and more and more and more morale until they're maxed out, and then they're breaking the big tackles on their long runs.
Yep. Oh, program, I love you. You are one of my most favorite teams. But this is kind of signifies, this game right here kind of signifies why I'm not going to ask people to like cap boost and try to get another season out of the program. Well, that and just like personal life and time and everything too,
Yeah, and if you're not really into the team, like you want to keep going, because it's fun to try stuff too.
Yeah, no,
like I'll probably only cap boost on Rift because it's like if it works the way you expect it to. We want to play the full seasons on it because it's like a weird thing.
I might always a Viper. I might end up just saying, you know what? I might just be honest with the team and be like, listen, for those of you that wanna cap boost, go for it. But let's have realistic views here, right? I might continue it just for one more season of Darnell. If I can get Darnell and Corey Ross to commit for one more season, Edelman and Gronkowski are both mine. So actually, if I can get Joe Kane, Darnell, and Corey Ross to commit for one more season, one or two more seasons, even hell, I might be like, hey, anyone that wants to sign on can sign on, and just go in with the not the expectations to win a championship, but just to really enjoy. This is special having these two halfbacks in the back, two superstar halfbacks, dynamic superstar halfbacks, and Edelman and Gronkowski, and hell, Joe Kane is not a bad quarterback at all. As long as I go in with the expectation of I'm going to lose some people, I'm not going to have the best team. Probably won't even make the playoffs, but it's going to be hella fun to watch the offense.
I mean, the alternative is you let the program reset and the individuals all go into a separate team, like one of the Gatherer teams. Like CRL.
That's definitely what, like, as of the moment, that's definitely what would happen. I think that those guys that want to continue would go into some of the other teams, which would be like a win for some of those other teams. I'm just being selfish. I feel I don't know if I think you understand, but without like actually experiencing it, I don't know that you fully understand how much fun it is having Darnell and Corey on the same team.
Well, I mean, I definitely get it, but I don't necessarily find the run game that super interesting personally.
Yeah, but
So
I'm
yeah,
not
it's
all run
awesome to
either,
watch.
right?
It's cool to do, and you get people that come into it later, like you did. That's a good story. It's got a good was it Providence?
I mean, I'm
Got a
not
good
all.
story behind it.
I think so. I'm not all run though. I'm balanced. I'm 50-50, and you got to remember, as much as I love Corey Ross, the combination of Corey Ross and Darnell Jefferson, um, that's paired with Edelman and Gronkowski, and I mean,
Mhm.
being a Patriots fan, right? This just brings me back to, God, I hate to say it, but like that team
2008.
with like Leonard Fournette, that team with superstar like Leonard Fournette and superstar Edelman and superstar Rob Gronkowski, like with the Patriots. Um, I just have to have a second superstar halfback in Darnell Jefferson.
That's a really good set you ran out of right there. If you had ran out of that set the entire game, you would have been really, really killing them.
Well, I know
Yeah,
what you're
that's
talking about.
okay. I'm gonna have some game film to look at for if we play again. That's a big if. There's not many games left in the season, and I don't see the program making the playoffs. Um,
I think the biggest thing for me, when you look at a team lasting longer into the cap boosts, it's always much more difficult those later seasons because all of the teams coming up behind you build to beat you.
yep, good point.
You're talking about just trying to maintain something special with the team that you like. That's kind of what I did with Sedgwick. Even though we were limping along for the last couple seasons, I, cloned Mike or Eckham and finished out his career.
Yeah,
Yeah, I felt bad for your team raid in general because it was so good, but you had so many people leave mid-run.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, a lot of people lost confidence after the first rookie season being kind of rough, and then I just continued to have people leave the game after that.
Yeah. You know what? Hey, Raid, welcome aboard, my friend. I'm so glad to have you here. I already told Adder how happy I was to have him. And I'm home on Thanksgiving break right now, and the wife and child are in Vermont, so I have the house just to me with me and the dog. So I was like, I'm gonna stream. I got this game against LSU. I'm gonna stream it, and I'm gonna send out an email, a text to the guys, and hopefully they'll get to pop in. And happy thanks, upcoming Thanksgiving, my friend. So yeah, I'm also a couple old fashions in, if you couldn't tell.
I'm counting down. Got 45 minutes, so I'm super ready for a drink.
Hearing what you said though, Raid, and I was talking with Adder earlier about like my plans going forward. This is the program's last. Well, I thought it was going to be the program's last season. I'm debating. I still could be like it is their last season. I'm going to talk to Joe Kane, and I know I could get Corey Ross again. I know I could get I think I could get Darnell again. I know I could get Edelman and Gronkowski again, and it's the offense that I'm having the most fun with this team right now. Maybe I'll try to find someone to DC for me. Yeah, a lot of pieces that I got to solve if I'm going to keep them going forward. But I was telling Adder that I've still got the stream team, and I'm DCing for Dallas Cowboy fans, Dallas Cowboys, and I'm enjoying that collaboration. But I would love collaborating with some of you guys, like on a team where I was either the DC or the OC. But if life happened and I got busy, I could hand the ball off to somebody kind of like the stream team,
Yeah, I really like the way that works on the stream team because we can kind of cover for each other and it's like, hey, can you do this game plan? I'm like, yeah, I can do that game plan. It's one game plan that I have to take care of instead of 8, 10, 12 game plans in a row, and then you don't burn out. got a bunch of different people doing stuff, so it's always a different look. Like the offense I run is drastically different than the offense you run.
And that's what's great because it totally screws people up that try to game plan, you know? The only thing like with Stream Team is like this season, I think I've asked you a couple times, and I don't want to put people in a situation where like, well, I hope that if people would like to take a turn, right, they would say, hey, can I drive the car? You know, because I mean I've done a lot this season with this season with Stream Team because I only have Stream Team, the program, and DCing for Dallas Cowboys, you know. So that's about what I can manage, except occasionally I need to say, hey, Adder, Alex, Raid, can somebody help me? Yeah.
Yeah, generally I won't ask to drive for offense, defense stuff.
Well, I mean,
It'll just be a response to like needing help for it. Because I've got a bunch of other teams that I can play on and do stuff too. So
cool.
Well, you know, the way that I always looked at it was, you know, if the help is needed, you'd ask for it, and that people who wanted to step up more could, because you know I'm pretty bad at it. But the one thing I am pretty good at is defense. So if you need someone to step up for the program right now, I could definitely do that for you.
Yeah, hell, I will keep that in mind. We made a game out of this, guys. Look at this, 38-31, right? I think had I done some of the stuff you were talking about, Adder, differently, it would have been as you predicted, you know. But
yeah, because basically what happened is they scored on the plays that were like the one or two bad plays repeatedly.
Yep.
And your offense has just gone down the field and scored every single time that they've,
I was behind and I passed, like you had suggested. So I had flaws in both of my offensive and defensive game plans. I can admit that.
I was super, super off on my prediction because I anticipated basically the exact opposite of what you did when you said you scouted.
Well, you anticipated what would have won, and I anticipated what didn't win. So I'm going to learn from it, you know. I mean,
no shame. He's got just a weird, unique offense, and it's one of those things you can't really take what you know. You gotta look at what he's doing and figure it out.
Yep. So hey, Raid, I'm gonna talk to those guys, to Joe Kane, and I'm gonna talk to Viper about Corey Ross. I think he'll be cool with letting Corey play for another season, to cap boost him to play for another season. And I gotta talk to Darnell Jefferson, and I'll put it out to the team. That I would like, if people are interested, I would like to do another season. And if they're okay with that, or even if we have to try to fill some holes in, would you be willing to be the DC? Because I'm super interested in the offense right now, not as much the defense. I want to win games, but depending on what happens, I'm not like we're in vet against, and we've got some tough competition. So for me, just having fun with the team right now is more important than winning a championship. If we won a championship, it would be like icing on the cake, cherry on the sundae. But that's kind of where I'm coming from. So would you be interested in being my DC if I continue the program for another season?
Absolutely, bud. And I'll even boost my punter, so you don't have to go searching for the hard sought after punter position.
Oh, that would be sweet. All right, let me reach out to those key players. Everyone's a player on the team. You know, no disrespect to anybody on the program, but for me to invest the flex and the time and the energy and everything, and to kind of enjoy another season, I definitely got to get those offensive key players committed. I've got my Adder, you heard it. I've got my defensive coordinator committed as long. So, and that'd be sweet, Ray, that we get to collaborate, man.
Yeah, I'll see if I can do something on defense.
Are you going to keep the program team, and then when you reset back down to rookie, do the same thing again and kind of take what you learned and adjust?
You know what? That's a great question. That's a great idea. I guess what I would right now my answer to that, Adder, would be if I could get the same like level of commitment from people signing up. You know, that think tank of like creating player builds ahead of time and having like a team approach, kind of like the stream team. I kind of would like to apply the program approach and the stream team approach to like my next reset. Because Raid, as I was saying earlier with Adder, my goal, if I'm going to stay involved in GLB2, which I really want to, is at this point in time in my life, I need to streamline, you know. So if I can have like one team where I'm either running the whole show, or one or two teams where I'm like the offensive coordinator for one and the defensive coordinator for one. But I don't want to get into these situations where I'm having to build half the team or the whole team. I really love the community. I love what we did in the program and what we're doing in the stream team with like a community team and with a group of coaches that kind of step up and fill in for each other when life happens. So that's my dream. Maybe the next one will be the dream. Nope, there's a dream team already, isn't there? I guess I gotta stick with the program. But that would be my dream. That would make me happy.
I like to have 6 people to 15 people in here, and the smaller the group is, the better. And I was thinking it'd be really cool to have like 3 people in defense, 3 people in offense. Like, this is their thing that they do. They build everything to kind of work together, and then it's the 2 small groups getting everything together. So like you could have the halfback, the fullback, and the offensive line for one person. You have the quarterback and the wide receivers for another person. And then you could do like the tight end split between them for something if you have 2 people on offense, for example.
Yeah,
and it's very broken down the way you want to, but you could take any of those, like you could basically split it, and you could split the units and have it for 2 people per unit.
Oh man, what if we did? You know what? I'm just throwing this out there. You know, and obviously there are 2 people that we got to talk to, but what if when we come to that, right? When I come to resetting, what are your guys' thoughts? You are like 2 out of the 4 people that I wanted to talk to. You can probably guess the other 2. What if when I reset the program per se, we tried to do what Raid's talking about with Raid, Alex, Adder, Dr. Edgar, and me. I love streaming with you guys. I could see us streaming in the future. I love talking GLB2 build strategy and game planning and all of that with you guys. We seem to have a natural chemistry built in. What do you 2 guys think about in the future possibly program 2.0 being a super collaboration between Raid, Alex, Adder, Dr. Edgar, and myself?
I really like the idea. The only thing that I would put forward is I only do 1 team a season. So we have to fit into that, because I don't like having multiple teams in the same tier.
No, I hear you. Cool. I mean, I would be more than... That's Adder, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's correct.
Yeah, I would be more than willing. Hey, having you on the staff in the think tank, being able to go through the brainstorming process, like the team build process that we went through, like with the program that you and Alex go through together, I would be willing to time it, so that you only had 1 team in that tier.
Yeah, that'd be a blast. I'm always down for that.
All right,
now, I think we have 1 team for next season, And as of right now, I don't know if there's a team after that.
All right. So what I would propose then is this. I'm going to try to go one more season with the program, with Raid as my defensive coordinator and keeping this dynamic offense together, which would be perfect because you have a team already planned for next season. So then, tentatively, let's say Tucker. Sorry, guys. Tentatively, let's say the following season. Then would that work for you, Adder?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Would you be able to reach out to Alex? I mean, I'm going to reach out to him as well, but the more people like talking to him and suggesting to him this idea, especially with you're as connected with him as you are, would you be willing to talk to Alex and be like, "Hey, A-Germ's got this idea"?
Yeah, I'm sure he'd be down for that.
All right, Raid, how about you? Do you think that would work for you? The timing?
I think so. Yeah, I'm always looking for more teams to get involved with, at least in coaching and putting a few players on there. I don't know about how many I'll be able to throw on there, but I mean, since it's two seasons from now, I should be able to commit quite a bit to it, probably.
Do you have your superstar halfback and stuff yet, Raid? I know it's kind of coming up to being done, right?
I just made him for Nernochis.
Oh, you just made him? Okay. I thought you had him open yet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to. I mean, if I can get that dream team coaching staff together, I would be willing to sink some Dolores into the equation. I've still got. If you look at, can you guys see the screen now? Wait a minute. You might be able to see it on the Discord part. Otherwise, you got to wait for the pause on my home screen. Right on this account, which is not my. I still have my son's account and my brother's account. On this account, right, I've got level 1, level 2, and level 3 superstars just waiting. I think all my superstars are on the program right now. Yeah.
I think I have like 2 50 cost ones or 3 50 cost ones open.
So, and I mean, again, we're talking about not this coming season, but the following season. So,
yep.
Which is cool because that means next season we could start planning, and it sounds like we'll have stuff to like not stream a ton, but be able to do some streams between the program, the stream team, your team, Adder teams, Raids teams, I mean, if we're going to pull all together, we don't have to just stream my teams, but I would be willing to say that I would be more than happy to, if we're going to do this super collaboration, I would think it'd be fun to kind of collaborate, like to stream like a bunch of our teams, when we have chances, maybe whoever has maybe the 2 teams have like the biggest games that week or whatever. But that's all stuff we can talk about. But all right, I'm gonna check out, my friends.
All right, should be stream team coming here in a little bit, right? Or is that done already?
What was that?
Stream team.
I played earlier. I'm not gonna tell you the result.
I missed it. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll watch her. All right, sounds good.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving, guys. I'm so happy that we were able to do this stream and that you were able to join me.
Yeah, it was just fun.
Take care, guys. Signing off.
Take her easy, bud.